Hello, beloveds. Welcome. Welcome to Daily Blessings of Holy Wisdom. I'm Reverend Kirstin Hanson, and I'm so glad to be with you. As you know, this year we are focused on the year of blessings. And if you're new, welcome. If you've been walking this path with us for a while, welcome. I'm so grateful you are here. Each day we gather to settle into the presence, to hear the quiet whispers of wisdom, and to anchor the guidance that unfolds within each of us. It's a space to recognize the living presence of spirit and the natural abundance of life, and to become aware of the blessings that are already present and always. Oh, so we've been talking about the call, and what happens when you give your sacred yes? What happens with that? So before we begin and talk about the pebbles appear as you walk, we're talking about the analogy of the pebbles. Now, wisdom works with pebbles. We're just going to take a deep breath. We're just going to give thanks for this time together, this moment. We know that in this holy instant, it's in this coming together, that God is always with us, ever present and always, and that let these words find their way to somebody's heart and to be touched in a way that opens them to your loving presence, that God is and always, and so it is. Okay, so we're going to talk about the pebbles appear as you walk. The pebbles appear as you walk. Pebbles don't appear to us all at once. Pebbles are pearls of wisdom. They're the gold of God's kingdom that is bestowed upon us. They're our divine inheritance. There are many revelations. They reveal themselves as moments occur. So we give our sacred yes. We say yes. We say yes to this call, whatever this call is, whatever you're called to do. And then we don't have a full picture. And even if we create a roadmap, we soon come to find out that there's what we want and there's how we're going to be used. And they don't always line up. So our surrender is to allow the pebbles to appear when they're meant to be. Now, wisdom, she reveals herself through whispers, through deep knowings, nudges, all different ways we're spoken to, all different ways. And as you walk, the path responds, which is why it's so important to wake up and greet the day with excitement for its unfolding. Now, listen, beloveds, I am not saying bypass that life's in sessions and we have things to walk through. Trust me. Let me tell you, I am saying there is a way to find joy even in the storm. So as you walk, the path will respond, and your job is to allow yourself to receive its response. What holy wisdom is whispering, what God is bringing forth, what action you are that you are to take. Holy wisdom does not demand certainty before offering her guidance. She meets willingness with direction. So you simply just need to be 51% available. You don't need to be 100% because trust me, even on my path, I sometimes open my yes with trepidation, like, really? Really? This is how you want me to move? However, we are greeted. We are greeted with love. We are greeted with provision, as we talked about last week. We let movement become gentle movement, and we become okay with whatever size pebble we're given. And sometimes we don't find pebbles because we're supposed to just be. There's nothing for us to do other than to continue to mature, to become the maturation of God's essence from that living experience, that living embodiment of what we're learning, of what we're growing into. So today, beloveds, today, our action, our guidance is to be aware of the little pebbles as you walk, and let that be sustenance and nourishment and enough. Allow that to be enough food. For it is with that food, it is with that experience, with that knowledge, that you will gain wisdom and you will gain mastery, and you will begin to understand how God is seeking to use you, or how the universe is seeking to use you in the likeness and presence of, through your own unique expression. That pebble helps refine you, and it begins to create the greater path. You're building your path as you go. Now it is laid out, but you have choices along the way. And each pebble is a refinement. It's like a component of, that adds to the greater whole, the collective weaving of everything that is. So today, allow the movement to be gentle. Let action to arise naturally. And notice how guidance appears in response to your attention. So, beloveds, may you feel supported in motion, and may each step reveal the next. And so it is. Amen, amen, amen. Thank you, beloveds.